TomoNews presents Canine Dogs.
Mississippi cop saved by canine after men tried to kill him. A deputy in danger was rescued by his valiant black Belgian Malinois from an ambush attack by 3 unidentified assailants. Around 10 p.m. last Monday, Deputy Todd Frazier was driving along Pearlington with his canine partner Lucas when he saw a lone dark blue town car with a man at the driver's seat. The car was unlit, so Frazier got out of his vehicle to check out if there's anything fishy going on. As the deputy approached the car, 2 other men came out of the woods behind the car and the driver came out as well. Frazier backed up but tripped and fell backwards. Then the 3 men attacked. The 3 men dragged Frazier towards the woods. During the struggle, he was beaten and repeatedly slashed with a box cutter. He knew that the man with the box cutter would slash his throat soon. Frazier managed to get one hand free and reached for his police vehicle's remote control and opened the doors. The enraged Lucas jumped into the action and fiercely bit 2 of the attacker's hands. The 3 men let go of Frazier and jumped into their town car and drove off, leaving behind drops of blood along the concrete road. In the aftermath of the incident, trails of blood were visible on the site. Investigations are now underway to search for the assailants. Frazier would have been a victim if it weren't for his trusty pal, Lucas.
Hammond, Indiana police officer on leave after he was busted abusing a canine unit. No, that's not Cesar Millan showing off a new dog training tip. That's a Hammond police officer without a clue that he's about to become internet infamous. It was a routine traffic stop. Police employed a canine unit to sniff out the vehicle for drugs. After nothing was found in the search, the officer rewarded the dog with a ball. The officer then lost his patience when the dog refused to give up said ball.
Is you f***ing holding that dog up? Look at him. Look at him. What's he doing? Look at him. He's whipping that f***ing dog. Look at him.
Sorry, Dave. You just gonna have
You
to
see that shit?
I see that shit, and it looks like an extreme version of a choke-off technique used as a last resort to make dogs release their clench. The incident happened on Wednesday. By Thursday, the video had gone viral and the officer had been placed on leave.
Cops kill suspect who killed police dog. Pennsylvania police shot and killed a man in Wilkinsburg on Sunday after he stabbed a canine police dog to death. Port Authority police said the incident began when suspect Bruce Kelly Jr. got into a fight with his father, Bruce Kelly Sr. The pair had been drinking in public and ran when officers tried to write them a ticket. The cops gave chase and caught up with the younger Kelly near the Hamnet Place bus stop on the East Busway. Police said the suspect lunged at an officer with a knife, so officers tried to subdue him with their tasers. Police then set police dog Aren on the suspect, who stabbed the German Shepherd with his knife. At this point, officers opened fire multiple times, shooting the younger Kelly dead. The dog was pronounced dead at a nearby veterinary hospital. He was not wearing a protective vest. The elder Kelly was captured, but it is unknown if he will face charges. Allegheny County Police are now investigating the incident. Dog Training Day. Bad canine cop turns in gun and badge. Take a look at this and tell me what you see. If you said German Shepherd, you'd be wrong. It's a Belgian Malinois. The same breed as this 2-year-old pooch named Cash, who was fired from the Cannon Beach PD back in October. Belgian Malinoises are the preferred police dogs for sniffing drugs and biting perps. But throughout training, Cash the canine consistently fell behind the pack. He was afraid of heights. He was afraid of loud noises. And instead of sniffing drugs like a proper police dog, he just barked like crazy. In the end, Cash was kicked out of the Police Dog Academy. But hey, no badge also means no heartbreaking death scene where you take a bullet for your comedically mismatched partner.
Vermont police dog gets a deserved break from sniffing out drugs and corpses. It's nice to see a police dog having some fun, no? Canine or military dogs are, depending on your point of view, noble animals helping to save human lives, or unwitting stooges of the man. who happily sniff out your stash without the foggiest idea they're ruining your day or maybe life. But even cat supremacists are likely glad we have these loyal pooches to help sniff out bombs and help raid suspected terrorist sites. They even keep soldiers company on skydives. It's just a bummer they're also so good at sniffing out your container load of smuggled cigarettes. And of course, when the cop says, "Sir, we're bringing in a canine unit," you know you're pretty much busted, dude. So we're pleased to see this car wash-loving canine half of this canine unit enjoying some off-duty doggy fun. Canine Officer Max is part of the Vermont State Police, and he's getting a bit of fame for his adorable antics during a squad car wash. But what's your take on canines? Adorable or no, do you think dogs should be used as cops?
A bit like that guy, you'd have to be barking mad to face off with a police dog named Chaos, but that's exactly what one Pennsylvanian did on September 15th during a DUI stop. At around 2:15 a.m., police pulled over one 26-year-old James Paul Andrews of Cranberry Township. The officer asked Andrews to step out of the vehicle. At some point during the stop, he became irritated. And because it's what totally not shit-faced drunk people do at 2 a.m., began hissing and barking at Chaos, a canine officer. Andrews' awesome freedom-fighting actions got him charged with drunk driving and, wait for it, inciting chaos. That's a real felony, which carries up to 7 years in prison. What a rough day.
Police sniffer dog accidentally inhales cocaine during drug raid. Northern California authorities announced on Monday that a police dog that had inadvertently inhaled some cocaine during a suspect search last week is now back on duty. Coda, an El Cerrito police canine, had been called in last Wednesday morning to help out with a traffic stop. Midway through the search, though, Coda came across a substance believed to be cocaine and inhaled some of the stuff. No word yet on the immediate effects the stimulant had on the poor pooch, but Coda was immediately hospitalized and returned to full duty the very next day.
Another man jumps the White House fence and is taken down by Secret Service canine units. A second intruder in a month tried to enter the White House on Wednesday evening, but was quickly taken down by Secret Service Uniform Division canine units and arrested. A man entered the White House north lawn yesterday after scaling the lawn's iron fence, which measures roughly 7 feet and 6 inches tall. Video footage showed the intruder was a man wearing a dark, long-sleeved shirt and long white shorts. NBC News reported the man made it roughly 20 yards past the fence before he was attacked by canine units, which he punched and kicked. Secret Service officers soon surrounded the man to arrest him. Reuters reported that the White House was on lockdown for about 90 minutes after the incident. The incident comes only a few weeks after another intruder, 42-year-old Omar Gonzalez, made it all the way into the executive mansion while armed with a serrated knife.
Sword-wielding toilet paper thief taken down by police dog. A 37-year-old man was arrested on Tuesday for stealing several items, including toilet paper, from an office in Milwaukee, Oregon, after a sheriff's canine subdued him. Suspect Timothy Nelson was spotted throwing toilet paper, DVDs, and a vacuum cleaner over a fence at a State Farm insurance office on S.E. Rusk Road around 2:30 a.m. When police arrived, they found the back door of the office building was broken and Nelson was hiding inside. Nelson allegedly refused to come out, prompting the officers to send in Kilo, a sheriff's office canine. Kilo found Nelson and tried to wrangle him from his hideout. A struggle ensued, and Nelson tried to stab Kilo several times with a large knife that looked like a samurai sword. He missed and was bitten by Kilo in the process. Police disarmed Nelson and arrested him. Nelson has been charged with burglary, attempted assault of a police animal, and resisting arrest. Police dog in Ohio enjoys a treat from Starbucks. Yasu von Lomach is a core member of the Twinsburg Police Force in Ohio. For those unfamiliar, Lomach is not just any cop, he's an officer of the furry four-legged variety. That's right, he's a police canine and a bit of a local celebrity. The German Shepherd even has his own Facebook page, where his trainers and partners recently shared a video of his off-duty activities. The dog was spotted drinking at a local watering hole, but it's not what you think. Lomach was treated to a secret menu item, the puppuccino, a whipped cream treat the coffee shop has been serving to man's best friends. Like many a dog before him, Lomach finished the entire cup. Which kind of reminds us of this little guy. Dogs are such lushes.
New Jersey man attacked by police dog dies in custody. While being taken into custody by police, 32-year-old Philip White was mauled by a police dog and beaten by officers, as witnesses recorded the incident on their cell phones. He later died on the way to the hospital. On March 31st, police in Vineland, New Jersey showed up in response to reports of disorderly conduct. According to a police attorney, after officers talked to White, he resisted arrest and tried to take one of the officers' guns from its holster. Video footage of the incident shows the police officers beating White and trying to restrain a police dog that was attacking him as he lay on the ground. A police officer tried to confiscate the cell phone of one witness that had recorded the arrest, and an independent investigation of White's death is still underway.
Canine veteran shot dead by bicyclist. Mike, a canine veteran of the Iraq War, was shot dead by a bicyclist who claimed that the dog was about to attack him. His owner and wartime buddy, retired Staff Sergeant Matt Bessler, was devastated after learning his dog and family members' fate. After retiring from the U.S. Army, Bessler adopted Mike. Stateside, Mike changed roles to aid his owner's treatment for post-traumatic stress disorder as a service dog. Bessler told the Billings Gazette that he doesn't believe the bicyclist's claim that Mike attacked him. He has his story. I know my dog. I have my story. He said he hopes to find out what happened via civil means. Research has shown that dogs can be lifesavers for those who suffer from post-traumatic stress disorder, especially for veterans returning from service overseas. A GoFundMe page set up to give Mike a military funeral and burial has broken its target of $10,000. According to the Daily Mail, extra donations will be given to a program that supports military veterans. Military dog and handler survive IED blast in Afghanistan. This photo, posted by the U.S. Army's 89th Military Police Brigade on Facebook, shows Specialist Andrew Brown and his military working dog, Rocky, both recipients of the Purple Heart Medal for wounded soldiers. Specialist Brown is Rocky's handler, and they were investigating a compound in Afghanistan earlier this month. While Rocky was sniffing around the area, an IED exploded. Both Specialist Brown and Rocky sustained serious injuries in the blast. They were flown to a military hospital in Kandahar, where Rocky was treated for a broken leg and shrapnel wounds. Both are expected to recover, but it is uncertain whether Specialist Brown or Rocky can ever return to active service. For their sacrifice, Specialist Brown and Rocky were both awarded the Purple Heart. Now, Specialist Brown has been reunited with his wife and kids at Washington, D.C., while he awaits more surgeries. Rocky is recovering in Germany. Brown says he'd definitely adopt Rocky if the military dog retires from service.
Meet Colonel, a coalition military dog that the Taliban claimed to have captured back in December. Colonel was reportedly captured during an Allied military operation in a volatile region of Afghanistan's Laghman province. The Mujahideen insist he is an American dog, but Western defense sources have said that Colonel is in fact British, a fact the Taliban would know if only they'd have checked. The Taliban, along with several former members of ZZ Top, showed off their latest high-value coalition captive in a video posted on an insurgent website. Although Britain's Ministry of Defence has declined to comment, it must be worried that the dark brown canine appeared to wag its tail and prick up its ears as the militants began chanting Allahu Akbar. Let's just hope the Taliban don't volunteer Colonel to engage in some traditional Afghan pastimes while he's in captivity. But should Colonel be rescued or released, it is undoubted he would receive a hero's welcome upon his return home, as do all returning British troops. Nevertheless, the MOD will need to be vigilant and keep an eye on him just to make sure that his time in captivity hasn't affected him in any untoward way.